9th, 2018. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Present.
Commissioner Mead. Present. Commissioner Polk.
Yep. Here.
Here, thank you. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have in your packets this evening a draft of the minutes from our meeting held on March 26th. Any questions, comments? If not, I would seek a motion to approve at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Yes.
Commissioner Polk.
Yep.
Commissioner Mead.
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Recognition, proclamations, appointments, presentations. I have a proclamation that I'd like to read this evening, and that's a proclamation proclaiming Arbor Day in the village of Palos Park, a very important day in our village. Whereas the village of Palos Park recognizes that its trees are priceless resources of the community, and whereas it is the responsibility of the village of Palos Park to encourage the preservation, planting, nurture, and care of trees, whereas it is also the responsibility of the Village of Palos Park to provide the opportunity for education of its residents regarding trees and to maintain the integrity of the native woods of the Village of Palos Park. Whereas to further and promote the above goals, the Village of Palos Park continues to support the tree body, committee of the village that works to attain these goals. Whereas through the diligent efforts of the members of the tree body, Palos Park Guild 1 and the Public Works Department, the Village of Palos Park did achieve the designation of Tree City USA for 2017, whereas under the auspices of the Palos Park Tree Body and Palos Park Garden Guild 1, the Village of Palos Park will celebrate its 26th annual Arbor Day in the Park program on Sunday, April 29, 2018, sponsored by the Palos Park Guild 1 and Palos Tree Body. Now therefore, to recognize those achievements, be it resolved that the Village of Palos Park hereby proclaims Sunday, April 29, 2018, to be Arbor Day in the Village of Palos Park, and that it be observed with an educational program, Seeds, the beginning at the Captor Administrative Center. So, consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Commissioners and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed consent agenda and considered separately. Item A, to pass a resolution to close a portion of McCarthy Road for annual parade to be held on Saturday, September 15, 2018. The resolution states the parade on September 15, 2018 will require the closing of McCarthy Road from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and said village will assume full responsibility for the direction, protection, and regulation of traffic during the time the detour is in effect. Item B, to adopt an ordinance declaring certain personal property owned by the village as surplus and authorizing the donation of same. The ordinance states the village has 4 pieces of outdated IT equipment which are no longer necessary or useful. The best interest of the village will be served by the donation of same to Assisted Technology Exchange Network. Item C, to approve payment of invoices on the warrant list dated April 9, 2018, in the amount of $137,283.98. Item D, to approve the supplemental warrant list dated April 9, 2018 for manual checks, payroll, and recurring wire transfers in the amount of $346,393.26. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any items of old business to be brought before the council at this time? So, hearing no such requests, information updates, Public Works and Streets Recreation Report, Commissioner Milovich Walters.
Thank you, Mayor Mahoney. I have one item on the agenda this evening. It's regarding the purchase of a new meter reading device for the Utility Department in Public Works. We'd like to purchase a new meter reading device to replace an older model. The purchase would also include 2 new docking stations that will interface with our computer and/or the charging device. By trading in the older model, we are receiving a $5,000 credit on this purchase. The new reading device will work with the existing meters and future models as technology is upgraded. The price received from Core and Main, who handles our census equipment, is $8,570. Staff recommends this purchase, and does anybody have any questions about it? No questions. I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of a Census 6502-GB meter reading device from Core and Main for the price of $8,570.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? I assume this is budgeted?
Yes, it is budgeted.
Anyone have any other questions? Having a motion and a second, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Milovich Walters?
Yes.
Commissioner Clayton?
Yes.
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
Yes.
And then I just have a few announcements. One that I am very excited and proud of, we just had our Magical Easter Egg Hunt and Happy Dog event that was on March 31st. We were expecting about 150 people, and we had between 400 and 500 show up. We had a magician, Kevin Kelly. He's local. He performs all over the place around this area. He was performing to a packed gym. We had 3,000 eggs with small prizes and candy hidden all around the village green. The library donated prize baskets. Our bunny was in the gazebo and took his picture with the children and the cute little dogs. And from what I understand, it was a 3-hour wait from the end of the line to get to the bunny to get your picture taken.
Wow.
The line wound from the gazebo through the portico up the sidewalk to the front of the recreation center. So people were,
And the weather was not great. It kind of had, there was a window. It was just kind of like a window that was
Yeah.
decent.
exactly,
But in the morning, I was going, oh.
a little nervous, yeah. And Dr. Polk over here and his family brought their bunnies for the children to enjoy and pet. So that was a thank you very much to them. This free event was sponsored by Republic Bank, which is in our town of Palos Park. So if you don't have a bank and you're choosing one, you might want to go to them since they sponsor events here. And so thank you again to our staff for putting on such an incredible event for our residents and neighboring communities.
And being able to handle that kind of turnout, that was
At the
that was
last minute,
huge.
Unexpected, since it was a free event, people didn't really have to register, kind of were judging based on phone calls and conversation and Facebook, and then all these people showed up.
Well, that's awesome. That's
The
awesome,
pictures
especially
are
since the
incredible.
weather, it wasn't like it was 70 degrees.
Yeah.
It was terrible in the morning, and then it kind of like got, there was a little bit of a window of, it was probably nice compared to any time around it, you know?
Cold, I got new.
It was cold, but when it's 20 degrees and it warms up to 35, that's beautiful weather.
Absolutely. So with that in mind, we have another event coming up in just a few days. Saturday, April 14th is our Spring Fishing Derby. This is an event that we do in partnership with the Cook County Forest Preserve. This one will take place at Papoose Lake at 123rd, just west of LaGrange Road, starting at 8:30 in the morning until 11 a.m. Now, this one is weather permitting, and we're hoping that after today, there isn't any more snow, and it should be nice. But you can register at 8 a.m. at Papoose Lake. The event will start at 8:30. Prizes will be awarded for the largest fish caught in each age group. Our age groups are 6 and under, 7 to 11, 12 to 16, and then 17 and up. So this is a free event for anyone who loves fishing or just wants to try fishing. There are always poles there, so you don't have to come with your own pole. If you don't know how to exactly do it, there are people there to show you. So please come out and give it a try. That's again Saturday, April 14th. Registration at 8, event starting at 8:30 at Papoose Lake, 123rd, just west of LaGrange Road. And then one other item, you had our proclamation today about Arbor Day. So I just wanted to give a little more information about the 26th Annual Arbor Day Celebration Seeds the Beginning. There will be a puppet show by Jan's Clan, and as the mayor mentioned, this event is put on by Garden Guild 1 and the Tree Body. It is here at the Captor Administrative Center, 8999 West 123rd Street, on Sunday, April 29th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So Jan Nelson will be bringing her puppets and talking about how seeds grow into trees and things like that. But there is also a poster contest. And so this is great for all the kids to participate in. They'll be on display, so you'll be able to view them at home on TV too after the contest. The age groups are ages 4 to 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 9, and then 10 to 12. And the winner of each group wins $25. So get your kids together, have them do a poster. The theme of the poster should be Seeds, the Beginning. And posters should be turned in by 5 o'clock on Tuesday, April 24th. So that's the Tuesday before the Arbor Day celebration by 5 o'clock. You turn them in here at the Captor Administrative Center to the front desk. You can use colored pencils, crayons, markers. There is poster paper available here for pickup for free, so you could make your poster the right size. And you should put the name of the child, their age, and your telephone number on the back, because you don't have to be present to win, but we'd love for you to be here if you can be. And there will also be some raffle prizes, and they'll also be giving away free milkweed seeds and tree seedlings. So they always have like little trees, starter trees. They're like this big, and you can take them home and plant them and have more trees on your property. So again, Sunday, April 29th at 1 p.m. And, this is what the poster paper kind of looks like for your child. So anyway, come into the Village Hall, pick up the paper, and then bring it back on April 24th, and then come here Sunday, April 29th at 1 o'clock for the event. And that concludes my report.
I just want to ask you about one thing, and that is Red Litter Day.
Yes, it is coming up the Saturday before this, so April 28th.
We know that?
Let me just double check.
21st?
The 28th?
The
21st
21st.
is the week
21st.
before?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, the 21st then. I'm sorry, it's in my phone, I just have to double check. Yeah, the 21st.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, that's
But
okay.
we'd like a broader turnout. This is an event put on by the Beautification Committee.
Yes.
And people come out and all things are supplied. Gloves, garbage bags,
And they give you a street, you can pick a street, they earmark streets that need help so that you can help decide where you want to clean up.
and I want to emphasize to people, you can bite off as much as you can chew. So you don't have to do, I did Southwest Highway both sides from McCarthy Road to College Drive one.
That's a long
is a
stretch.
lot.
Yeah. that's a
Okay,
long
that
stretch.
took me a whole day. You could come and take the stuff and do in front of your house or your couple of neighbors' house in the culvert, stuff that's gone in there. Even if you spend 20 minutes, I'm looking for broader participation, making folks realize that whatever they do, if it's in front of their own yard and their neighbors or a couple houses, that's something to get our neighborhood in shape for the spring.
Absolutely. And, you don't have to be part of an organization, your family, take some kids. It's the best way to teach the kids about not littering as they get older, get them involved in picking up the garbage. I've been doing it with my Girl Scouts since they were daisies, which means they were like kindergarten or first grade, and they find nothing more fun than traipsing through the woods and the side of the road and then getting disgusted by what people throw out. And I think it really just imprints on them the importance of not doing it when they see all the disgusting things that people throw out their car window when they're driving down the road. And it's not like we're on a major highway. You're in which is bad enough, but you're in a super cute tree community and people are throwing bottles and cans and everything out the window. And it's disgusting. So come out and help keep your community clean. And like you said, everything's supplied. And it starts at 9 o'clock in front of the Recreation Center. They'll be up there with a table and handing out everything, and you do not have to come back and say you're done.
Right,
When
you-
you're done, tie up the garbage bag and set it on the side of the road, and our wonderful Public Works people will drive by on Monday and pick up all the garbage bags.
Right, and if you're busy Saturday, you got something going on, your kid's playing baseball, you can do it Sunday, you can do it Monday, you can do it next Saturday. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter. Just find some time to do it. So I'm looking for broader participation, no excuses. Do as much or little as you want, do it whenever you want, no one cares.
Right?
No one's going to check up on you. It just helps our community be more beautiful.
But if you want to take a picture of yourself cleaning up garbage and send it in, we'll put it on the Facebook
Oh, I
page.
like that. That's a great,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So, or maybe that'll take your children, because everyone likes to see themselves on, the website or something. So send the pictures in and we will.
You know I do.
You never saw a camera you didn't like. But I think that concludes my report then.
Excellent, thank you. Commissioner Reed, do you want me to?
Now, let me give it a shot.
Okay.
Building permit inspections. One of the most valuable steps in the permitting process is having the work inspected by the village inspectors. Permit inspections help protect your family by ensuring that all work is done safely and per code. These inspections can ease any worry that homeowners may experience during a home improvement project, eliminating mistakes and preventing extensive rework. The work is not considered complete until all final inspections are passed. During the time period of March 21 through April 3, the building department processed 10 permits, resulting in $2,597.20 in permit fees. 21 inspections were completed during the aforementioned time period. Second matter that I have to discuss regards an amendment to Part 8, Title 2, Chapter 812, entitled Automobile Service Stations of the Palos Park Village Code. Background. This matter was continued from the March 26 council meeting. The village recently received a request from the owner of the gas station located at 12301 South 80th Avenue to amend the village code restrictions on the hours of operations for gas stations. Upon review, it was found that automobile service stations, gas stations, are regulated by both Chapter 812 of the code and the Planning and Zoning Ordinance, and contain conflicting language. Chapter 812.02 requires village council approval for operation of any gas station, while the zoning ordinance regulates this land use as a permitted use in the B-1 zone. As such, it is recommended that Code Section 812.02 be repealed in its entirety. In regard to the requested amendment, the village code permits gas stations that are immediately adjacent to a residential zoning district to operate only between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. of each day. The owner of the gas station, located at 12301 South 80th Avenue, is requesting a 1-hour extension in the morning from 6 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock a.m., and in the evening from 9 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. The latter to more closely coincide with the daily deadline for lottery ticket sales. The draft ordinance you have before you in your packet provides for this amendment with a December 31, 2019 sunset of the amendment if the council takes no further action. It has been suggested that the station opening be limited to 5:30 a.m. versus the requested 5 o'clock a.m. with a close time of 10 p.m. to coincide with the owner's request. Lottery games stop at various times throughout the night. Powerball and Mega Millions stop permitting sale of tickets 25 minutes before draw time, or 9:35 p.m. While you can buy a ticket for next day drawing after that time, the station owner has found that many patrons come in to buy their tickets right before the draw times expire. So they believe that increasing the evening hours will increase the number of lotto ticket sales significantly. Also, they believe that especially in the summer months, the extra evening hour will be of assistance to customers and helps their business incrementally. The owner believes the extra morning half hour will help as many commuters start their trips for the 6 o'clock a.m. opening time. Prior to making a motion, I've not had an opportunity to discuss this matter with my colleagues. So instead of me espousing my views first, I'd ask if anyone else has anything they'd like to comment on the request of the owner from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. versus the recommendation of staff, opening time of 5:30 a.m., closing at 10 o'clock p.m.
Well, I will just say that it seems sensible to me to extend the 1 hour in the evening. I think there is something to be said about when lottery ticket sales end, the time when they stop selling them. I do think a lot of people rush out at the last minute. I know I'm guilty of it quite often. Being able to go close by, not only if you win, then, you know, that station benefits, the town benefits, but also by doing sales within Hills Park, the money comes back to Hills Park on the sales tax or the motor fuel tax if you're buying your gasoline there. And since I no longer commute to the city, but I know that plenty of people still do, and traffic, though, is horrendous on Stevenson if you're going into the city. So people are leaving earlier and earlier, I think, quite often. So being able to fill up on your way out the door, possibly before 6 a.m., I don't think it's going to be that disruptive considering that there's a hospital on the same corner. That's just my thought.
I thought I'd ask if there's anyone from the audience that wants to address this issue on the agenda. No? No one, so. Anyone else have any comments? I mean, I talked with the station owners after I got the request. I know it's sensitive to some of the residents in this area, and that's why we're suggesting that we kind of do this on a trial basis, and that the ordinance sunsets, which means it expires at the end of 2019, so roughly a year and a half. And at that time, we can revisit the issue and either determine that, you know, it's worked out, or it's got problems and we need to relook at it, or go back to the old hours. So.
Do either of you have any comments?
I think I agree with comments that have been made. I think 5 o'clock would be too early. 5:30 seems to be okay because people are on their way to work. They're going to gas up at the same time that they're leaving. I think it's an accommodation. I think 10 o'clock is fine. And I think the fact that we're restricting it to a year and a half and reevaluating it at that point, it works for me, I think.
I guess my comments are as follows. 5 o'clock a.m. opening time I would never agree to. 5:30 a.m. seems to be a good compromise. But let's just tell the truth about this 9 o'clock versus 10 o'clock. If lottery sales stop at 9:35, we cannot say with a straight face that we're going to recommend that the gas stations stay open until 10 o'clock p.m. for the sole sake of benefiting lottery sales. If they stop at 9:35, then by golly, they stop at 9:35. Anything after that is incrementally going, not for that day's sales, but for the next day's sales. So it's basically for the benefit of the station owner and the village via the sales tax to keep this open anytime after 9:30. I mean, that's just the truth, okay? That being said, because it's a trial basis, I don't have a problem in adopting the recommendation of staff, and will make the motion to do so. But I want the record to be crystal clear as to what we're doing, why we're doing it, and if this thing goes south, we always have the option of stopping it. at the same
That's
time.
correct, absolutely.
So, with that being said, I move to approve ordinance 2018-09, entitled, "An Ordinance Amending Part 8, Title 2, Chapter 812 of the Palos Park Village Code in regard to automobile service stations, extending the hours of operation 5:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m." and would seek a second.
Second.
A motion and a second. Anyone else have any final things to say? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Polk?
Yep.
Commissioner Rogers?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Madam Director, have I missed anything? Madam Director?
Nothing further, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to repeal the other one, or does that just happen?
Part of the ordinance.
It's part of the ordinance, to take it away.
Okay.
And that concludes my report, and I got through it, thank goodness.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the effort.
It was a struggle, trust me. I got nothing else.
Okay, public health and safety. Commissioner Polk.
Thank you, Mayor. The activity report from 26 March to 9 April 2018 is as follows. We had 1,271 calls for service, wrote 81 adjudication tickets, as well as an additional 41 traffic tickets, 67 written warnings, and 58 verbal warnings. Took additional 15 case reports, arrested 13 adults and 4 juveniles, impounded 14 vehicles, performed an additional 14 senior checks, 34 citizen assists, and an additional 21 community contact hours. So that is what the Palos Park Police Department's been up to for the last couple of weeks. And then I have a couple of business issues. The first is regarding an ordinance. This ordinance is to amend Part 4, Title 2, Chapter 428, Section 428.06, paren A, of the Palos Park Village Code in regard to vehicle seizure and impoundment. The current ordinance allows a charge of $150 to offset administrative costs for an administrative tow fee, and we're looking to increase that by $100 to $250. The background is the fee is an attempt to look at recouping costs from prosecuting the individual who's been charged. When we were going through the budget process this year, I asked to take a look at what it actually costs us to process that, and the current fee doesn't come close to covering what our costs are for that kind of activity. That initial fee of $150 was based on a 2012 cost review, and as I said, subsequently, we looked at what it actually costs us to process those activities, and we're looking to request to move to $250 per vehicle towed when officers arrest the driver. The fee includes officers' time on scene, time to write the report, time spent by clerical staff, and time for supervisors to review records, as well as overhead costs. So again, I'm looking to move to adopt an ordinance amending Part 4, Title 2, Chapter 428, Section 428.06, paren A, of the Palos Park Village Code in regard to vehicle seizure and impoundment, and increase the fee to $250 per vehicle towed pursuant to an arrest.
I'll second that. Is an example of that when somebody gets pulled over for like driving impaired and they get arrested and then the car is there on the side of the road, so it has to be towed? Is that- Okay. I thought that must be what you meant, but I just, as an example, I just want to make sure.
So, again, I just want to comment that this involves vehicles pursuant to an arrest. So let's say that unfortunately a deer meets its demise in the middle of the road by virtue of
Meg's 2009 Jeep. The Jeep needs to be towed, she didn't do anything wrong, the deer's gone. That's not
Right.
a reason to impose the fee, it's only when an individual is being arrested.
Perfect.
Might I ask a question, Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
Does the incremental increase in the fee recoup 100% of the cost that will be incurred?
So as near as I can round it to a reasonable figure, given the numbers that I studied, yes.
That's all I have.
So you're making a motion?
Yeah, I made it.
Yes, I made it, and there's a second.
And no further comment? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk?
Yes.
Commissioner Woolsey?
Yes.
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Pasquale?
Yes.
Yes.
And then the second item of business is to approve the Village of Palos Park signature to the NCAAP and the Illinois Association of Police Chiefs Mutual Respect Pact. And I'll give you a little bit of a background. This resolution has been agreed to by the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police as well as the Illinois NAACP State Conference, looking at shared principles that are designed to address the gap of mistrust between police and communities, between police and other communities. A commitment of dedication of working together between law enforcement and the people we serve. We're trying to use this as a piece of our actions to broaden our sense of community, build trust, and to commit shared values. We do focus on officer training as well as a variety of other activities, but in looking at this activity that actually came from the Illinois Association of Police Chiefs, we thought that this would be a very useful component of our ability to be able to further connect to the community that we serve. So what we're looking for is the Village of Palos Park to be a signature, the NAACP and Illinois Association of Police Chiefs Mutual Respect Pact, which commits to working together between law enforcement and the people we serve to broaden our sense of community, build trust, and commit to shared value.
And that's in the form of a motion?
Well, then I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Anyone else have any comment?
No, no comment.
Hearing a motion and a second, would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Polk?
Yes.
Commissioner Woolsey?
Yes.
Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Pasquale?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
And then a couple of quick announcements. We still have our 2018 citizen survey for the Palos Park Police Department up and running. The goal of the survey is to solicit opinions and recommendations on how well the department meets residents' needs and expectations. The survey is going to be continuing, the survey will be continued to be available on the police website through the 16th of April. If going online isn't your thing, you can stop by the police department during normal business hours here in the Capture Center, right over there, and we'll give you a copy for you to fill out and send back. It's a quick survey. It also elicits comments that might not be on the survey, so there's a place for you to talk about what bothers you about the police department, what you like about the police department, what you'd like to see changed about the police department, and an opportunity to affect real change. So again, the survey is still up and will be so through April the 16th. And then one more time, traffic alert for the Palos Half Marathon, which is Sunday, May the 6th. Route 83 will be closed to all traffic on May the 6th between about 5 in the morning and 11:30 in the morning, depending on how quickly people run. It will be closed from, where's the east end? Harlem?
It runs from Harlem to Archer.
All the way to Archer in the
The
forest.
Harlem to 80th Avenue is closed for about an additional hour because all the events take place on Palos Heights Village Green.
So again, just to remind you, if you got any issues, give us a call, 671-3770, or dpolk@palospark.org. and we'll be happy to answer any questions as well as help you out with any issues you might have due to that road closure. And that it's not mine. There's an issue about weapons.
No, we're still reviewing it with legal counsel. We
Okay.
pulled that.
Chief Bill, you have anything else you want to add?
No, nothing, Commissioner.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you kindly. Accounts and Finances, Commissioner Pavlanis.
Thank you. Well, this has been a busy month for us in the finance department. We've been working hard with all the directors in the department and coming up with the budget. And we'll be presenting that later this month. So the village council will hold a public hearing on Monday, April 23rd, 2018, at 7:30 in the council chambers in the Capitol Administrative Center to consider the proposed budget ordinance for the fiscal year beginning May 1 of 2018 and ending April 30th, 2019. The draft of the proposed budget ordinance can be viewed at the Capitol Administrative Center at the Davis Park Library. So we have been working hard on this. I think they've got a very, very lean budget to present. We will be having meetings all this week and next week with the department heads and the council members. And once we complete that, we will present the budget to you for approval.
Excellent.
That concludes my report.
Excellent. Mayor's report. I just wanted to comment on the Payless Fine Arts foreign film series. Did you go last Wednesday?
We had to pass on it because it was Greek Easter this week and we were in church.
Okay.
As you know, it was a very long week.
Yes. Well, I just
So by the time we got through, it was like 7:30.
wanted to congratulate, this was at an event, Payless Fine Arts. The foreign film series has kind of been a little bit intermittent the last couple of years, but they have one this year, which was last Wednesday. It was a film called Loving Vincent, a truly unique film where it was a film that was basically, it wasn't, it was paintings, moving paintings.
Oh, that was good.
They had like a couple hundred painters paint the movie as a testament to Vincent van Gogh. And it was about, you know, I don't want to give up too much of the movie,
No
but
spoiler alert here.
it was a truly unique movie, and I've never seen overflow parking at a library, but I did that night.
were packed.
They were packed. There's parking up and down the street. The room was overflow, so it was terrific to see. And I had my first social media success, Jim. I actually posted the event, and one of the patrons, Regina Abate, got up at the end of the movie and said, "Thank you, Mayor Mahoney, for posting it. I got home, I was coming home on the train and saw your post and made it to this event." So it actually does work, at least for one person, so.
And I heard they had like 200 people.
It was huge. It was a great event. You know, they had a new speaker, commentator. It's hard to
He
beat,
was at the last one, too.
was he?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat Gene Moran and our previous one, but I prefer them. But he was okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll rest easier tonight.
Glad you approved of him.
Yes.
But not as much as Gene Moran.
So that concludes my report. Clerk Aragoni.
Yes, I do have one announcement. The Secretary of State Mobile Driver Services Facility is coming to Payless Park Village Hall on Friday, May 18, 2018, from 10 to 2. The following services driver's license renewal, state ID cards, vehicle license, director license, vision screening, with DL renewal, and vehicle sticker sales and state license plate. To renew a current driver's license or ID card, a valid driver's license or ID card must be presented. To apply for a duplicate or corrected driver's license or ID, 2 forms of identification are required. Any Illinois resident and state ID cards up to 1 year in period. Anyone over the age of 65 and persons with disabilities can obtain a free state ID. Otherwise, standard fees apply. The only service the mobile facility cannot offer is a road test. Anyone over the age of 75 is required to take a road test when renewing a driver's license. And for more information, call the clerk's office, 708-671-3706. And I just want to mention we did get a senior club today, and the woman who came, her name is Nora Drish. The title was Sentimental Journey, and it was like she had a complete orchestra behind her. She sang all the songs from the 40s, and really, really entertaining. Everybody enjoyed it very much. Perfect entertainment for senior. It was very good day. And that concludes my report.
Outstanding. Manager Bain.
Nothing for this evening.
Announcements. The Village Council Zoning Board of Appeals and Plan Commission will meet on Wednesday, April 11th at 7:30 PM for the purpose of a joint training session in the Captor Administrative Center. Police Pension Board will hold their quarterly meeting on April 16th at 7 PM in the Captor Administrative Center. Recreation Advisory Commission will hold their quarterly meeting on Tuesday, April 17th at 10 a.m. in the Recreation Center. Historic Preservation will not meet this month as there are no agenda items. Library Board will meet on Wednesday, April 18th at 7 p.m. in the library. Payless Fine Arts will meet on Thursday, April 19th at 3:30 p.m. in the Captor Administrative Center. Plan Commission will meet on Thursday, April 19th at 7:30 p.m. in the Captor Administrative Center to consider the application filed by Annalicio and Patricia Alvera requesting the village vacate both halves of the South 90th Avenue right-of-way that is adjacent to the west property line at 8920 West 125th Street in Palos Park. And that concludes my announcements. Citizens and visitors comment period. Anyone from the audience like to address the council at this time? I would seek a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all, and good evening.